A very good morning to all my dear students and viewers. Today we need to talk about the parts of speech. In this chapter, you will review or learn about the adjectives, adverbs, conjunctions, interjections, nouns, prepositions, pronouns, and verbs. So, in this chapter, you will review the parts of speech so that you have a standard way to describe how words are put together to create meaning. The parts of speech are arranged in alphabetical order for easy reference. In later chapters, you will learn how to correct errors caused by misusing these parts of speech. So, let us get started. English is a very flexible language. A word's meaning is derived not only from how it is spelled and pronounced, but also from how it is used in a sentence. As you review the parts of speech, remember that the way a word is used in a sentence determines which part of speech it is. For example, noun: I ate a fish for dinner. Here, fish is used as noun. Let us see verb. We fish in the lake on every Tuesday. Here, fish becomes verb. Adjectives. Adjectives are words that describe nouns and pronouns. Adjectives answer the question what kind, how much, which one, how many. For example, what kind? If you want to ask it what kind, it may be red rose or gold ring. How much? The answer may be more sugar, little effort. Which one? Second chance. Those chocolates. How many? Several chances. 6 books. So these are the examples of adjectives. So there are 4 kinds of adjectives: common adjectives, proper adjectives, compound adjectives, and indefinite adjectives. Common adjectives describe nouns or pronouns. For example, strong man, strong becomes adjective. Green plant, green becomes adjective. Beautiful view, beautiful becomes adjectives. Proper adjectives are formed from proper nouns. California vegetables, Mexican food. So these are adjectives are formed by proper nouns. Compound adjectives are made up of more than one word. Far off country, teenage person. Adjectives. Indefinite adjectives don't specify the specific amount of something. For example, all, both, few, most, several, another, each, many, neither, some, any, either, more, other. These are all the examples of indefinite adjectives. So let us follow these guidelines. When you use adjectives, use an adjective to describe a noun or a pronoun. Jessie was unwilling to leave the circus. So use vivid adjectives to make your writing more specific and descriptive. Take a larger slice of the luscious cake. Here, larger, and the luscious becomes the adjective. Use an adjective after a linking verb. A linking verb connects a subject with the descriptive word. The most common linking verbs are be, seem, appear, look, feel, smell, sound, taste, become, grow, remain, stay, and turn. The chicken made this way taste more delicious. So here, taste and delicious are the examples of adjectives. So, predicate adjectives or adjectives separated from the noun or pronoun by a linking verb. Predicate adjectives describe the subject of the sentence. The weather was cold all week. Here, cold becomes the adjective, predicate adjective. So, articles. Articles are words that combine with a noun to indicate the type of reference being made by the noun. There are three articles, a, and the. The is called a definite article because it refers to a specific thing. A and an are called indefinite articles because they refer to general things. Use a with consonant sounds, use an before vowel sound. Adverbs. Adverbs are words that describe verbs, adjectives, or other adverbs. Adverbs answer the question when, where, how, or to what extent. So, when we ask about when, the answer would come left yesterday, begin now. So, if we ask about where, fell below, move up, how, when you ask this question, happily sang, danced badly, to what extent, partly finished, eat completely. These are the examples of adverbs. So, most adverbs are formed by adding ly to an adjective. For example, so when we add quick, when we add ly to quick, it becomes quickly becomes adverb. Careful, carefully. Accurate, accurately. Adverbs. Here are some of the most common non-ly adverbs. Afterward, back, hard, long, never, quick, still, to, almost, even, here, low, next, rather, then, when, already, for, how, more, now, slow, today, where, also, fast, late, near, often, soon, tomorrow, yesterday. So follow these guidelines when you use adverbs. Use an adverb to describe a verb. Experiments using dynamite must be done carefully. So carefully is the adverb. Use an adverb to describe an adjective. Sam had an unbelievably huge appetite for chips. So unbelievably becomes adverb. Use an adverb to describe another adverb. They sang so clearly. So is one adverb and clearly is one adverb. Conjunctive adverbs are used to connect other words and to link ideas and paragraph. So, accordingly, besides, for example, indeed, on the other hand, therefore, again, consequently, furthermore, moreover, nevertheless, also, finally, however, otherwise, then. These are the examples of conjunctive adverbs. So, conjunction. Conjunctions connect words or groups of words and show how the words are related. There are three kinds of conjunctions, that is coordinating conjunctions, correlative conjunctions, subordinating conjunctions. Coordinating conjunctions link similar words or word groups. There are 7 coordinating conjunctions: for, and, nor, nor, but, or, yet, so. These are the 7 kinds of coordinating conjunctions. Use this mnemonic to help you remember the 7 coordinating conjunctions. F-A-N-B-O-Y-S. F is used for, A is used for and N is used for nor, B is used for but, O is used for or, Y is used for yet, and S is used for so fanboys. If you remember this word, easily you can remember the coordinating conjunctions. So, correlative conjunctions also link similar words or word groups, but they are always used in pairs. Here are the correlative conjunctions. Both and. Both and is one example. Either or. Second example, neither nor. Third example, not only but also. Fourth example, whether or. These are the fifth example. So this is called a correlative conjunction. Subordinating conjunctions link an independent clause, complete sentence to a dependent clause fragment. Here are the most often used subordinating conjunctions: after, as if, as though, even though, since, till, when, wherever, although, as long as, because, if, so that, unless, whenever, as soon as, before, in order that, though, until, where. Interjections show strong emotion. Since interjections are not linked grammatically to other words in the sentence, they are set off from the rest of the sentence with a comma or an exclamation mark. For example, oh, what a shock you gave me with that gorilla suit. Wow, that's not a gorilla suit. Nouns. A noun is a word that names a person, place, or thing. Nouns come in these varieties: common nouns, proper nouns, compound nouns, and collective nouns. Common nouns name any one of a class of a person, place, or thing: girl, city, food. Proper nouns name a specific person, place, or thing. Proper nouns are always capitalized. So, compound nouns are two or more nouns that function as a single unit. A compound noun can be two individual words joined by a hyphen, or two words combined. Individual words: time capsule, hyphenated words: great uncle, combined words: basketball. So, individual words, hyphenated words, and combined words. Collective nouns name group of people or things, that is audience, family, herd, crowd. Possessive nouns. In grammar, possession shows ownership. Follow these rules to create possessive nouns. With singular nouns, add an apostrophe and an s. Dog apostrophe s. Bone, dog's bone. Singer apostrophe s, voice, singer's voice. With plurals ending in s, add an apostrophe after the s. Dog's bones, singer's voices. With plurals not ending in s, add an apostrophe and an s. Men's books, Mike's tales. Plural nouns. Here are the guidelines for creating plural nouns. Add s to form the plural of most nouns: cat, cats, computer, computers. Add es if the nouns end in s, ch, or x. Wish, wishes. Inch, inches. If a noun ends in consonant y, change the y to I and add es. City, cities. Baby, lady, ladies. If a noun ends in vowel y and s, words ending in q, u, y don't follow this rule. as in Solocues, essays, monkey, monkeys. Prepositions link a noun or a pronoun following it to another word in the sentence. Use this chart to help you recognize some of the most common prepositions: about, amid, below, by, from, on, outside, toward, above, around, beneath, despite, in, onto, over, under, across, as, beside, down, inside, off, past, underneath, after, at, between, during, into, of, since, until, against, before, beyond, except, like, opposite, through, upon, along, behind, but, for, near, out, to, with. A noun or a pronoun always follows a preposition. A prepositional phrase is a preposition and its object. A prepositional phrase can be 2 or 3 words long, on the wing, in the door. However, prepositional phrase also can be much longer depending on the length of the preposition and the number of words that describe the object of the preposition. Near the violently swaying oak trees, on account of his nearly depleted bank account. Pronouns. A pronoun is the word used in a place of a noun or another pronoun. Pronouns help you avoid unnecessary repetition in your writing and speech. A pronoun gets its meaning from the noun it stands for. The noun is called the antecedent. Although Seattle is damp, it is my favorite city. So it is a pronoun. There are different kinds of pronouns. Most of them have antecedents, but a few do not. The word antecedent comes from a Latin word meaning to go before. However, the noun does not have to appear before the pronoun in a sentence. It often does, though, to keep sentences clear and avoid misreadings. Personal pronouns refer to a specific person, place, object, or thing. Person, singular, plural. First person, I, me, mine, my. Plural, we, us, our, ours. Second person, singular, you, yours, yours. Plural, you, yours, yours. Third person, he, him, his, she, her, hers, it, its. Plural, they, them, their, theirs. Possessive pronouns show ownership. The possessive pronouns are your, yours, his, hers, its, ours, theirs, whose. Is this beautiful plant yours? Is yes, it's ours. Don't confuse personal pronouns with contractions. Personal pronouns never have an apostrophe, while contractions always have an apostrophe. Use this chart. Yours. Contraction is you are. It's. It is. They are. They are. They are. Whose. Who. Apostrophe at who is. Reflexive pronouns add information to a sentence by pointing back to a noun or a pronoun near the beginning of the sentence. Reflexive pronouns end in self or selves. Tricia brought herself a new car. All her friends enjoyed themselves riding in the beautiful car. Intensive pronouns also end in self or selves, but just add emphasis to the noun or pronoun. Tricia herself picked out the car. Demonstrative pronouns direct attention to a specific person, place, or thing. There are only four demonstrative pronouns: this, that, these, those. This is my favorite movie. That was a fierce rainstorm. Relative pronouns begins a subordinate class. There are five relative pronouns: that, which, who, those. Jasper claimed that he could run the washing machine. Lois was the repair person who fixed the machine after Jasper washed his sneakers. Interrogative pronouns ask a question. They are what, which, who, whom, whose. Who would you like to cook dinner? Which side does the fork go on? Indefinite pronouns refer to people, places, objects, or things without pointing to a specific one. The most common indefinite pronouns are listed in the chart on the next slide. So here, singular, plural, singular, or plural. So let us start about singular. Another, anyone, each, everyone, everybody, everything, much, nobody, nothing, other, someone, anybody, anything, either, little, neither, no one, somebody, something. These are all the singular pronouns. Plural, both, few, many, others, several. Singular or plural, all, any, more, most, none, some. Verbs name an action or describe a state of being. Every sentence must have a verb. There are three basic types of verbs: action verbs, linking verbs, and helping verbs. Action verbs tell what the subject does. The action can be visible: jump, kiss, laugh, or mental: think, learn, study. The cat broke Louis' china. Louisa considered buying a new china cabinet. An action verb can be transitive or intransitive. Transitive verb need a direct object. The boss dropped the ball. The workers picked it up. Intransitive verb do not need a direct object. Who called? The temperature fell overnight. To determine if a verb is transitive, ask yourself who or what after the verb. If you can find an answer in the sentence, the verb is transitive. Linking verbs join the subject and the predicate. They do not show action. Instead, they help the word at the end of the sentence name or describe the subject. The manager was happy about the job change. He is a good worker. Many linking verbs can also be used as action verb. Linking. The kids looked sad. Action. I looked for the dog in the pouring rain. To determine whether a verb is being used as a linking verb or an action verb, substitute am, are, or is for the verb. If it makes sense, the original verb is a linking verb. Helping verbs are added to another verb to make the meaning clearer. Helping verbs include any form of to be, do, does, did, have, has, had, shall, should, will, would, can, could, may, might, must. Verb phrases are made up of one main verb and one or more helping verbs. They will run before dawn. They still have not yet found a smooth track. English, let us wrap up this slide, English has 8 parts of speech. Those are adjectives, nouns, adverbs, conjunctions, interjections, prepositions, pronouns, verbs. The way if a word is used in a sentence determine what parts of speech.